All right, Mason. So I got your video queued up here, um, and so I'm just gonna let it play through here real quick, and then we'll talk about kind of what I see in there and the mechanics I see compared to who I got on the right side here, which is Rooker. So for the athletics, but. So what I'm seeing here is you can see the video, it's queued up and it's basically gets to the same contact position. But on the back half here, you can see how Rooker's got a pretty good move forward there, okay, as he goes, and you're just kind of hanging back there. Okay, so that's the first thing we want to try to get you more comfortable with is moving towards the pitcher a little bit with our hips mainly. Okay, our torso will kind of stay back a little bit, right? And Rooker's a guy who's a little more connected over the middle there. But you'll get guys like Mookie Betts or Trout or any of those guys that their torso will stay back a little more on their back hip as their hips kind of slide forward. But we can see that, like, if we look at this video, you can see he moves quite a bit there, and then as he gets his foot on the ground, that's when he stops his forward movement and starts to rotate. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now the second thing I see is with our back foot, and really our hips and our sequence are all part of this too. So we want to rotate hips, torso, hands, barrel as we go through the swing. So you can see that over there on Rooker. If I was to play this here, hips rotate, torso starts rotating, and then the hands go, then the barrel goes, right? What I see from yours, you can see that elbow and the hands kind of start moving first. There, they start falling in there as we go. And then the second thing, and a lot of this has to do with not having a linear move forward. So linear move just means forward and back, right? So, but our back foot's just kind of spinning there. See how we're like losing ground there as we go? So there's really no anchoring off the ground or using the ground force that we want. It's called ground force production. Don't need to really know what that means just yet, except for it just means we're using the ground to its fullest of its ability. So if you look at Rooker, look at how his foot turns there. Okay, so watch that there. See how he's anchored forward, and it kind of like, it's called everting of the ankle, but it kind of like rolls in, and then you see him really kind of just turn to the big toe there as he's doing that. So his heel's in front of his toes there as he goes. Whereas when you do it, see how your heel slides backwards? So we're actually losing power and we're losing kind of ground as we go to try to hit the baseball there. Okay, so that's the biggest thing I want to start on, and then the finish is kind of, I think will get fixed a little bit as we get better use of the ground there as we rotate and whatnot. But we can see the finish is pretty low there. It's below shoulder height. Whereas if you look at Rooker over here on the right side, it's well above his shoulder height, and he finishes way up top there. When you, on yours here, we can't even see the bat because it's below us as we go. So we want to really make sure we have that high finish there. It allows the barrel to present more upward rather than down to the ball there as we go.